Hi everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Craft Designs. Let's get started making this ChunkyCharm for the Egyptian sarcophagus. I've just got a little piece of souffle clay. This happens to be the I don't have any idea. It's gray. So I'm gonna just flatten it down. Give it a little bit of a scarab football kind of shape. A half football kind of shape. Then I'm just gonna take my needle tool and I'm going to groove a line around the bottom, all the way around. Now I'm making sure to maintain the same distance from the bottom, just so it will hopefully line up. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to decide on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to divide it 3 times. Now some scarabs are different. Some are more elaborate. And some are just plain Jane. So that's what I'm going for. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this bottom section, I'm going to divide down the middle all the way to about 1/8 inch from the bottom. Then I'm just going to make a triangle where it separates the wings. Okay. Now I'll go back and reinforce my divisions. Okay. Now we could stop right there, and you would still have a little scarab. Okay, but I'm gonna make the bottom half of a triangle at the front end. Then I'm just gonna divide it. That makes up the head. And I'm going to put 2 little triangles up here at the top. Alright, now we got the top of the scarab. Then I'm going to take my knitting needle, just because it's not quite so pointed. Now these are just some little inclusions from the scrap piece of clay. And I'm going to you're gonna make a line right around the outside. And then you can just put whatever you want. Let's put a bowl dish down here at the bottom. A little bit of wavy line up here at the top. Okay, just a little something. Bottom of them was always different. Okay, then I'm going to take the corsage pin, pick a spot at the front, and then once again spinning the pin. Okay, I could feel it at the bottom to make sure that it wasn't gonna come out too low of an angle. Once again, I'll put it through both ends. If I can. But for some reason I can't. There we go. Okay, it's ready to bake. So I'll bake all 4 of these. 270 for an hour. Now this one in particular, I didn't put a hole through. This is going to be what's called the heart scarab, and it's just going to lay on the mummy inside. Okay, so I'll be back once they're baked. Alright, I've grabbed a selection of beads out of one of my bead boxes, and I've even put together a couple of little sections. Now I've got 3 head pins here, 3 or 4, 3 head pins here, that I've saved for the scarabs, although one of them I'm possibly going to put up in the middle using an eye pin. Okay, so I need something. I've got these smaller seed beads, for lack of a better word. They're a little large to be called seed beads, but we'll still go for that. So I'm just going to put together some prettier colors. Okay, now I'm leaving a little bit of a gap, say a 1/16, just so when I bend it over, it won't break the top glass bead. Okay, so one of the things I've found is that my index finger, the tip of my index finger, is the perfect measure for cutting off to form the loop at the top. Okay, straighten that one up just a little bit. Okay, so you can see I've got 2 of them that are eye pins. If I connect them together, that would be close to the length I'd need for the charm. Now I'm going to put a bit of chain at the top just so it will dangle nicely around the top of the sarcophagus. I've put a jump ring. Let me show you that. I've put a jump ring through the top of the sarcophagus. I've drilled a little hole and put the large jump ring through there. Okay? So, I am going to continue on putting these this time I'm going to use a square, a green square. Now some of these have that small a hole that they can be used as a seed bead at the bottom so that the bead doesn't fall off the eye pin. Okay, let's go for this. Well, no wonder I couldn't find a hole on the other end. It doesn't have one. Okay. Now, that one is a bit too long. So is that one. Let's go for one of these silver beads. Now again, I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap at the top. Now, that's just a tiny bit that I'm cutting off. Okay. Alright, I'll continue on putting these together, and then I'll get the scarabs out of the oven. Okay, I've just mixed up a little bit of black wash with some acrylic paint. And I'm going to give each of these scarabs a little coat. And yes, I always get my hands coated. The one thing that I didn't share with you, these green ones are actually, well, the green ones and the blue one are actually Sculpey 3. But because of their shape and their small size, I don't have to worry about them being too brittle or too not strong enough or whatever. But on this one, I do have to worry about that it is not sticking. So when that happens, I'll just wipe it off, and you'll see the next layer will stick to it just fine. Okay, I'll just give that a couple of minutes to set up. Okay, now that it's just set up for just a couple of minutes, literally like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, now you'll notice how they've taken on a variegated kind of appeal. Just that makes them look antique or older. Makes them look ancient. Okay, so I'm going to continue, and I've got these beads picked out. Seed bead towards the bottom, a seed bead-ish. Then I'll add the scarab. On this gray one, let's put that pretty blue bead. Sorry for my yucky hands. Okay, now I've put them all together. I've got 4 little short links of chain and a rather large jump ring. Just going to place each bit of the chain on the jump ring. This just takes a bit of practice. Now I didn't cut the sections of chain all the same length, just for a bit of variation. Okay. I've opened up the other end of all of the eye pins, added them to the chain, and then we've got a gorgeous ChunkyCharm dangle. With the heart scarab still left to go on the mummy. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. My social media links will be listed below. The links for the Finnabar Art Alchemy waxes I won't list below because they're available in a wide variety of places, but nowhere in particular that lists them all. So you may have to do a little search and find to find them all. Polymerclay, the resin molds, again, you can try scrapbook.com. The one for the, I believe the thinner is no longer available, so you may have to find it. It'll be a Chinese export. Cool tools for the hieroglyphic, that I will list at the bottom. Bye for now.